Okay, so tonight we had the Dallas Wings taking on the Toronto Temple in Montreal. Ultimately, the Dallas Wings get that dub, 108-95. Wings up with a Paige Bueckers 34-piece. Let's talk about it. Okay, so first off, we talk about one of my GOATs, Paige Bueckers. She played 38 minutes, 34 points. Like, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. We being generous, dishing it out to teammates. Okay, she had 2 steal, no block. 59.1% shooting. The efficiency, we love to see it. 13 for 22 from the field. 2 for 5 from 3. 6 for 6 free throw. Only 1 turnover, thank you. Great assist to turnover ratio. We take care of the ball. Efficient, thank you. 2 personal foul and 69% true shooting. Now into some of my favorite Paige plays from the game. And then I'll talk about those. And then also my friend went to the game. Okay, and then I think there's like she's going to send me some clips that I'll put in. Okay, so how those two, but shout out to you. Let's get into it. So first off, we start off with long 2 that she had, so she ate this up. Next up, a mid-range. You know that mid-range is always going to be cash for Paige, her bread and butter, getting her spot. Then this one, 8, thank you. At this moment, okay, contested shot, and we're still winning. It's still winning. Another mid-range right here, thank you. This moment right here, this was the buzzer beater she had to go into the half. Oh, this was special. I think she kind of like faded away a little bit, but great shot by Paige. I love a good buzzer beater. Next up, second half, okay, we getting at it. I think this was a 3 she hit. Then we had this, another mid-range, thank you. This one right here, thank you. Next up, difficult shot. This might have been an and one that she had, but you see the way that they're defending. Had this moment right here, a little off-kilter shot, thank you. Still winning. And then we had this one right here as well. Some records for Paige. Paige Bueckers has the most 35-5 games in the entire WNBA this season. Hashtag MV Paige, okay? We pushing MVP for Paige and we pushing it heavy. I made a whole video on this account if you're watching on YouTube about, you know, why I feel like she has a case, and games like this are only continuously going to add to it. And then you add on the efficiency that she has with her shot selection and all that stuff, taking care of the ball, making her teammates better, like effortless. 35-5, bro. Like, this is what she's doing, you know, most times in the season. This is something else, but she is tied as the fastest point guard since 1999 to reach 450 points and 100 assists in a season. And people try to tell you that Paige Bueckers is not a point guard. Hashtag my point guard. Hashtag table sitter. Hashtag PG1. Okay, these are some of her top performances this season. Okay, yeah, like this was insane. Also, Nike posted this for Paige. Okay, the caption said the surest shot in the East and the West, and then it said the mid-ranger. Exactly. So just love how 10 toes down Nike is for Paige, or the promo and stuff that they post. I can't wait for a signature shoe with Nike. Like, that's gonna be cool whenever that does happen. But I thought that was something I wanted to share. This was the tunnel fit, the pregame fit to those who care. Always want to show, but I like the fit. Okay, so overall takeaways on Paige tonight. It is just always wonderful to see Paige doing her thing. And they really tried. They put everyone on her. They were trying to double her and force her into difficult shots, and she made the shots at the end of the day. And like I said, she just has so many counters for what the defense is trying to throw at her and everything. And she just made something shake. We fading away, we get into the basket, we popping for mid-range, we hitting some threes in this game as well. Like, we're doing it all. Like the hezzy that she had in the game, the buzzer beater, like whatever you can think of, Paige got it done in this game, scoring from all 3 levels, scoring efficiently. So it's just wonderful to see her go off on an absolute heater like this, bro. Like I said, there's just not players like Paige Bueckers in this world. Paige Bueckers is really one of one. Paige Bueckers is a generational player. And this brought me a lot of joy. So just always shout out to Paige for what she does, doing her own thing. And then, again, still we dishing it out to teammates with 6 assists. We taking care of the basketball. Like, I know I mentioned a lot of the same things, but just these things are the appeal of Paige Bueckers as a player, right? 34, 6, and 6. And we still had 2 steals, okay? Appreciated how hard she was playing on defense in this game as well. You know, just putting a lot of effort in, making it difficult for them as well, and just doing everything that she could on that end. Those things don't go unnoticed. You know, we had 6 rebounds. I'm happy. So thank you to Paige Bueckers for playing the game of basketball, because it brings joy to the world. It does. And that's what I'm here for. And that is what I'm here for. Oh, this demon. MV Paige. Now we're going to Azzi Fudd. Okay, so she played 36 minutes. She had 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 still. Not her best day from the field, but we always made some shape when we got in double figures. Okay, we hit 3 threes. Hashtag positivity FC. No turnover, 50% true shooting. Now some of my favorite Azzi plays. So this was the 3 that she hit, things that we love to see. This was the mid-range that she hit. Her mid-range game is excellent. I always talk about this. Next up, this was her reverse layup. Azzi reverse layup. Something that's so underrated, but I love her reverse layups. Then this was the second half. We had a 3 right here. Then we had another 3 right here. So thank you. Also, some stuff for Azzi is that she is now leading all rookies in total points, steals, and blocks over the last month. Hashtag two-way player, hashtag cookie monster, okay? Like, we see what she's doing. We see what she's doing, okay? So you gotta praise that. You gotta praise that. And she is the fastest wings player ever to reach 40 plus threes in their WNBA career. Okay, so thank you. Wanted to add that accomplishment. Shout out to Real App. They always finding a way to glaze Azzi. We love to see it. We love to see Azzi glaze FC. So my overall takeaways on Azzi in this game, she was always going to find a way to make something shake, okay? I left here with double figures. I left here with a steal. I left here with a couple things. We had 3 threes. So, you know, I'm going to take that. That's positivity FC. So I will say those things. Always know that Azzi is going to do her thing on defense and just be pesky and stuff. I thought she did some really good stuff defensively in this game, just making them have to take harder shots. I thought she had some really good defense, like on Marina in moments in the fourth quarter. You know, I will say that. So, you know, I left here with that. And so I tweeted this as well, but for me, it's like we notice every single time how when they get Azzi going and involved early in the games, like how much better that we play as a team and how we pull away with the lead and everything and all that, and then they don't do it consistently. Because if you remember the first time that we played the tempo, getting Azzi involved early and the wonders that they did in like the Liberty game in the third quarter, and I finally got her involved in like all those other things. So I think that's something frustrated for me and everything, and I just think in general, like, there could be a better job, like, scheming her open, and you know what I mean? Because, like, we obviously know the defensive coverages that she's going to face and how heavily that they game plan against her and everything. So, you definitely saw that. But, again, there's times where she's wide open and they don't get her the ball. So, just being frustrated by those things. But we made something shake with the touches that we did get and everything. So, you take those things. But, yeah, you guys know how I feel. Azzi's always going to find a way. You know, she's always going to find a way. So, just shout out to her. And what she does, it doesn't always show up on the box score. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Talk about Arike. So, she played 30 minutes, had 20 points. 3 rebounds, 7 assists, no steal, no block, 54.5% from the field, 6 for 11 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 7 for 7 free throw, no turnover, 2 bursts off out, and 71% true shooting, okay? So yeah, Arike had a good game shooting the ball today. She had 7 assists, okay? So I'll give credit for those things, you know, I will say that. But again, like I talk about with Arike, it's about the way that she plays and how she gets there, because it changes the whole thing of the offense. Like, if you watch, you know what I mean. And mind you, she took her first jump shot, she didn't make it, and then she basically proceeded to foul bait for the rest of the game. And we took bad shots just so we could get to the free throw line. So irritating me with that. And then the shot selection, she got cooked on defense the entire game, and no one's going to talk about those things as well and everything. And then I just get irritated because I feel like the front office is going to see this game and be like, oh, Paige, Arike, and Azzi is going to work. And it's like, no, Arike is not consistent, okay? Let me put into context her last 3 games before this one. We shot Halloween from the field, okay? These are the full stats. These are the full stats. Halloween from the field is crazy, but I had to say that. So yeah, just the play style, like I said, I really do think it's not compatible. So like, that's something for there. And then also, I don't know why she was guarding Marina for a fair amount of this game. It literally made no sense because she got fried the first time. So why you give her that assignment again makes no sense. And then also, can we talk about the fact that Marina was guarding her and she was getting, like, bro, she was getting all the bad defenders. That was food. That was food. So yeah, like I said, the defensive coverages that she's going to see are different. And like I said, they be leaving her wide open because she doesn't make them pay. And today she made them pay. She had a good game shooting the ball. But just the other negative things that she does, that's the thing that gets me, and the fact that she's not consistent, okay? And y'all can say I'm a hard ass. Y'all can say that I'm a hater. And fair's. But if you watch the game and you watch Arike play every single game like I do, you see. You know what I mean? Arike will never fool me. She will literally never fool me. I don't care. I've seen enough tape. We'll see what happens the next game and everything, but this is her first good game in the longest time, because I just showed y'all she shot Halloween from the field the last 3 games, okay? So some of y'all might be swayed, some of y'all might be fooled by this moment, but there's something there, so we keep in mind with that, the defensive coverages, how she plays. I'll be back. You know, let's put it that way. Shot the ball well, everything else went out the window. Nothing new. And I just realized this, and this pissed me off, but there was a point, there was like 30 seconds left in the game, and then I guess she thought that the shot clock was off, so then she was just dribbling it out, and then she took the shot clock violation. You take the shot at that moment, you just wasted an extra possession for no reason. It's those things. It's the having no IQ for me. It's the pump fakes to, bro. Y'all know what I mean. I won't be fooled. So I thought it was done, but that's it. Now let's talk about Jessica Shepard, okay? So she played 40 minutes the entire game, had 20 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, no block, 77.8% from the field, 7 for 9 shooting, no threes, 6 for 8 free throw, 4 turnover, backbreaking. 2 personal fouls, 79.9% true shooting. Okay, so I kind of have a mixed opinion. Let's start off with the positive. 20 points, we love to see that. She was efficient from the field with her opportunities, so I was happy about that, and rebounded the hell out of the basketball with 17 rebounds, okay? Every single rebound you get in a game is precious because it gives you another opportunity. So I was happy with those things. I think that she finished with a good stat line. We were efficient, so I'm happy. So that's the things that I wanted to start off with, and having stamina to play for 40 minutes, is obviously important. Things I wasn't happy with when we had 4 turnovers in the game. Like, the turnovers was really backbreaking for me, okay? I think we had 7, 8, 9 as a team, and most of those came from, you can't turn over the ball. You know what I mean? So I wasn't pleased with those things. Also, her defense, it was not great. It was not great. She was just getting beat. How many points Harrison have? I don't know, too many, but yeah, she was just food. You know what I mean? And I felt like she had been stepping up her defense recently, but this game, it was not it, okay? So those things, I'm not happy about in the game. You know what I mean? But generally, I felt like she did some positive things. So that's kind of my overall takeaway on her in this game. Now we go on to everyone else. Alicia Clark, she played 17 minutes. She had 10 points, no rebound, 2 assists, no steal, no block. I think that's 100% from the field. She had a good game today. It's probably her best game of the season. She had some big shots for us. I think she had some threes back-to-back. So appreciative of those things, okay? We added on to Paige's assist total this season and just doing her thing, so I appreciated that. There was a dumb foul too she had in the game. I didn't forget about that. But yeah, we already talked about Azzi Fudd. This demon. Odyssey, she played 12 minutes. She had 8 points, 1 rebound, no assist, no steal, no block, 33% from the field. The decision making by her is genuinely so bad. She needs to pass it more, because why do we only have 0 assists? I thought there was 1. I read the wrong stat line. 0 assists in the game is crazy. So her decision making being 33% from the floor, we got to take a look in the mirror. And her defense is terrible. Awak, she played 11 minutes, had 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 33% from the field. Yeah, it wasn't great. We had our moments and everything, but we weren't efficient from the field. Got cooked on defense more than I would like to see, you know what I mean? So she has her moments that I like, she has her moments I don't like. Wasn't her best game, at least from the box score perspective and for what I remember seeing, but, that's just my opinion. Zaza, 4 minutes played, she had no points, 2 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, no block, 0% from the floor. Yeah, she really didn't play much in this game. Maddie, 3 minutes played, had no stats. Like I said, the defense is not good, okay? She could get traded. Lan, 8 minutes played, recorded no stats. And so, yeah, Lan didn't really get a whole lot of playing time in this game, so there's really nothing to say, because it just, I feel like she never got to be settled in the game to actually do something, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens next game. But like I said, I feel like for the most part, she's been trending upward. She just didn't really get to play a whole lot. And then here's everyone who did not play for Dallas. Now let's go on to the Toronto Temple side. One, Marina Mabry. Okay, she played 27 minutes, 34 points. Okay, her and Paige tying with points. They were going band for band. 1 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, no block, 55.6% from the field. 10 for 18 shooting, 6 for 9 from 3, 8 for 8 free throw, 3 turnover, 4 personal foul, and 79% true shooting. Okay. So yeah, I feel like I said this whenever I did a preview for the first time we played them on my other account, Anastasia250_. But I had a feeling she would fry us in one of these games, and did. And luckily, we came out with the win twice and everything, you know what I mean? But yeah, she did her thing. And like I said, Arike got cooked defending her, but also as a team, the defense on her wasn't great, you know what I mean? And to her credit, she hit a lot of hard shots, I think that there were just some times that we got out late to contest, and you're late by 1 second, she's gonna make you pay, so there's something that. But there was also sometimes we doubled her and stuff, and we made her take some heavily contested threes, and she was just knocking it down, and she was getting to the basket, and she was getting and ones and stuff. So she was really cooking. It says marksman. I think that's what you get when you make 6 threes in a game. So I think that she was really on shooting the ball, and she was due for this kind of game, so she just really went off on us. So you got to give credit to her, because she was lining up all over the floor for 1. And then for 2, like I said, her defense ain't good. So her guarding Arike guarding her, that was just food. So you knew those things were coming. But shot the lights out of the basketball, that's for sure. Then we go into Yaskaita, I believe is how you pronounce her name. She played 36 minutes, 25 points, 3 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 62.5% from the field, 10 for 16 shooting, 3 assists from 3, 2 for 2 free throw, no turnover, 3 personal foul, and 74.1% true shooting. And so yeah, no shade, she fried all walkout parts in this game. I remember seeing some of those highlights, so she did what she needed to do. She had a really good game, so definitely shout out to her for doing her thing for sure. Everyone else, Harrison, 26 minutes played, 18 points, 8 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, 1 block, 80% from the field. Okay, like I said, I'll never give her a 10 for the Angel shit, and yes, I'm gonna say that every time I review her games. Conde, she played 35 minutes, had 12 points, 3 rebound, 9 assists, no steal, no block, 55%, so it was decent. Alamon, 34 minutes played, she had 3 points, 5 rebound, 8 assists, 1 steal, no block, 33% from the field. So yeah, did not shoot it great. She had 8 assists, so I'll give her credit that and everything. And she was talking about how she wanted to guard Paige in this game, and Paige literally fried her. She fried everyone on that team for one. And then I think Paige got a steal off her or something like that. So yeah, it's all fun, it's all competitive basketball and everything, but I mean, the question got answered because the first game she said she wanted to like guard her and make it difficult for her, and then she didn't play. And then this one, I mean, yeah, Paige was just lining everybody up. So yeah, I think that she's good at playing the point guard position though. Like 8 assists is good. Pouye, 9 minutes played, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, no block. Is that 100%? Had a moment or two. Kia Nurse, 15 minutes, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Likely place for her to be. Azzi had some really good defense on her in general, and Kia Nurse is just not a good basketball player. On top of that, Tiana Key, 7 minutes played, only 1 steal. Alexander, 10 minutes played, I think 1 point, 2 rebound. Yeah, her minutes were not great. And then here's all the injuries that they had. So they had a lot of players out. I feel like that's worth noting. So now we look at box score. First quarter is going to be 25-33. Second quarter, 27-23. Third quarter, 32-29. And fourth quarter, 24-10. Ultimately, Dallas Wings win this game 108-95. Biggest leads, Dallas Wings had a 13 lead in the fourth, and then the Tempo had a 14 lead in the second quarter. Now we look at runs. Tempo went on a 14-4 run basically to start the game. Okay, so we were getting cooked. And then we had a 12-3 run in the second quarter, and then we had an 18-4 run in the fourth quarter. Best player streaks, we had Jessica Shepard with 6 and Marina Mabry with 14. I mean, we got cooked. And then we look at head-to-head metrics. So we shot 39 for 74 from the field, 52.7%. So we were efficient, which is good. 11 for 25 from 3, 44%. So I feel like our threes got better in the second half because the first half, I feel like we weren't shooting great from 3. We were 19 for 21 from the free throw line, 90.5%. So we capitalized at the free throw line. Good news. Only 7 turnovers today. Okay, so we kept it under 10, and we had, half the turnovers that they had. So it's always going to help you pretty much. So we killed them on rebounds. 41 rebounds to 28. Only 28 rebounds is insane. But, when you have their post players out, like Sably and stuff, and that also explains it, but also we wanted it more. You know what I mean? We had 22 assists on 39 made baskets. And then we had 1 block, 21 defensive rebound. Then we had 11 offensive rebound. And then 18 points off turnovers, 32 points in the paint, 12 fast breaker transition points, 15 second chance points, 5 steals, and 17 personal fouls. Now for the Tempo in this game, they shot 35 for 64 from the field, 54.7%, 14 for 30 from 3, which is going to be 46.7%. So got lit up from the 3-point line for sure. 11 for 14 from the free throw line, 78.6%, 14 turnover, 28 rebound, 24 assists, 2 block. I think that's 20 defensive rebound and 4 offensive rebound. And then 7 points off turnovers, 36 points in the paint, 9 fast breaker transition points, 8 second chance points, 3 steals, and 19 personal fouls. Also, I forgot to do this the last game because we won 2, but every time we win, I show my AJ DeBancy gimmick. He looked like Bart Simpson for all. Always say that. But Dallas Wings have won 15 basketball games this season, so I like to show these after the wins and everything. Also, yeah, like it kind of is a gimmick, but he funny for all. He a good basketball player. I saw those highlights from Summer League. We got to cut out that flopping, no shade. But he is a Paige fan. He said Paige is deserving of a signature shoe. He had a moment where he jumped and dunked over Angel Reese in high school for a contest as well. So started as a gimmick, but I actually do like him as a player. But we up, like we winning. Wings up. Wings up. Now I'll get into my overall takeaways on this game. First off, obviously I'm happy we won the game. Like I said, won 15 games this season, so obviously that's exciting because we only won 10. So every single win means a lot because we were not used to winning last year, had to get a lot of losses, right? So why do I think that we won the game? I think that we shot it efficiently, which is good news. We were 52% from the field. The second half, our 3 started to go in, so that was good. Like offensively, we were hot. I still think that there's just times where we have low IQ moments. Like I said, there's just times where AZ be wide open on the floor and we're going to take bad shots. And just like generally, I just think that there's sometimes we can share the ball better and everything. And like I still said, trade Arike. The front office is going to think after this gimmick game that she's going to work. And it's just not. So hopefully this rolls up our stock just enough to trade her and everything because it's just not going to work at the end of the day. So yeah, and like I said, like when we get AZ involved early in the games, like you see what happens. So yeah, because most of the game we were in a dogfight. So I will say that. So like I said, we shot it well. Our threes got better. Capitalized at the free throw line. Less turnovers, more rebounds. And then also on the offensive rebounds, 11-4, we killed them there. So I think that that's a big point in us winning. More points off turnovers with 18, 32 points in the paint. Killed them in transition with 12 fast break points, 15 second chance points, 5 steals. So yeah, like in all the categories, like we came through. So I think that was a big thing. And we did what we needed to do. So I'll say that. But we were just in a dogfight for longer than we should have been. Like I said, when you have Arike in the game, you always keep the other team in the game because of the other negative things that she does. So that's something there. I feel like his rotations this game were bad. I was not feeling his rotations at all. They made not a whole lot of sense. You know what I mean? I just feel like Shook Sun has not really been in the rotation. I feel like she should be, because we get the ball to Paige and Azzi. I think that she plays some good defense and stuff too. I think Odyssey's better on offense, but I think that she takes bad shots. I feel like she needs to pass the ball more than she does, and just so many low IQ decisions. So I feel like Shook Sun should be playing more minutes in the game. So I'm kind of surprised. In a sense that she's just been phased out of the rotation rather quickly and stuff. So I guess she'll get waived or something like that. Maybe Maddie can get traded. Trades have to be around the quarter. You know, they really do. We have to do stuff with this team. So that's something there. And like I said, the offense was popping. Defense, I don't think our defense was good in this game for the most part. I think we gave up a lot. We got fried on the perimeter. Times where we were just late to close out. We gave up stuff. Times when we left them wide open and everything. Who fouled Marina on that three? Was that Arike or was that somebody else? Fouling Marina on a three, the dumbest thing you could do. And then she went and made the free throw. So I think whenever you give up, we gave up 14 threes in this game. You know, that's just not going to help. That's just not going to help and stuff. Being late to rotate, I mean, that post players 8 and they 8 and they 8. Okay, so it's the same thing about our defense in the paint being bad and us not being where we needed to be. And then again, just giving them easy mismatches that they're going to capitalize and exploit, which is something that we don't need to be doing and stuff. And so yeah, like I said, Marina's having one of those nights. So I mean, like, she was doing her thing, you know, for the most part, shooting the ball. So you say those things, and just like generally though, I feel like we could have played better defense. Like in this game, defense wasn't it. I don't feel like we had the energy defensively that we needed to have until the fourth quarter when it was a dire situation. And so yeah, we did what we needed to do there, but still defensively, we got to improve as a team. Okay, you know what I mean? Because there's just times where you can see people taking plays off, the effort's not there and stuff. Just like some miscommunications and stuff. So not being pleased with those things and all that stuff. Kind of talked about my thoughts with the rotations and everything. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens and everything. It's good that we won this game, but you can't make some of the mistakes that we made and everything, like defensively and all those other things, and just expect every time that your shot's going to bail you out. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to. So yeah, like I said, on a lot of categories like rebounding and stuff, we came through, but you know, I still got my notes for sure. About the stuff that I just said. So yeah, obviously Paige was fabulous with a 34 piece. I mean, Paige is just her. Kind of get my notes on Azzi, always doing her thing. You know what I mean? Arike got to be traded. I mean, these are just things that I'm going to say every single review. Y'all already knew. Marina and Paige going for bucket. I was entertained. Okay, this game was in Montreal. So yeah, I like the graphic for it. You know, I think it's cool and everything. So MVP Paige were here. So yeah, like I said, I just want to see this team get some consistency. You know, that's the biggest thing. Now we've won 4 games in a row, which is good news and everything. But like I said, regardless win or lose, there's always things that you can kind of critique and you can kind of see and everything. So yeah, we play the Chicago Sky next, and then we're gonna play the Liberty, and I will be going to the Liberty game. Okay, so my review is going to be late, but my review will come. So yeah. For the Toronto side and everything, why did they lose this game? I mean, their defense was food. Our defense was food. I mean, we were going bucket for bucket, so I think that is part of it. But like I said, in a lot of key metrics and like rebounds and like second chance points and all this stuff, we came through, so that's something there. Have a lot of injuries that they're dealing with. You know, you got like 2 of your post players out. You know, you have Brittany Sykes out, you have Kiki Rice out. So I think like the injuries also did them in and everything. But yeah, and then also it's just like they can't get it together at the end of the games. You know, they kind of just self-implode and everything because they were really in the game. But when you scored 10 points in the fourth quarter, and part of that was our defense, but also a part of that was just them taking bad shots and them going cold from the field. And Sandy's just gonna run her starts into the ground. Like, she really don't be coaching for real. And also Krista Marco's such a bad coach that it makes Sandy look better than she is as a coach, but that's a side tangent for another day. So yeah, we just got it done. You know, it was a very close game and everything. And then the fourth quarter, we kind of pulled away and did our thing, but there's still definitely questions that are worth asking about this team and all this stuff and things that I feel like we can do better that I discussed. So I feel like that is kind of my takeaways there. Let me know what you guys think down below. Check out my YouTube channel, Anastasia25. If you enjoy these reviews, follow the account, give a like, comment, give me your 2 cents. But that's how I'm feeling.